Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Welcome to Say You Think You're Iconic, and it's Christmas.
Yes, it is. It's the best time. It's the most wonderful
Wonderful
time
time
of the
of the
year.
year. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Kelly. It's
Merry
so
Christmas, Jordan.
exciting
It's
to
very exciting.
finally be Christmas time. Is it Christmas time for us right now at this very moment? Absolutely not.
No, it's not.
It is
Actually,
November.
it's the middle of July. No,
It is November 20th right now.
yes, it is.
We haven't even gotten to Thanksgiving yet, but for y'all,
Jordan,
it's
you're not
Christmas!
supposed to break the illusion. We record this the day before this goes up, right?
Bitch, don't know podcasts record the day before their stuff goes up. And even if they do, we ain't got money like that. That's
No.
obviously like you have a producer and an
Yeah,
editor.
yeah. That's your
I,
job.
I do this alone. Like I edit these things alone.
Yeah, we ain't got nobody helping us on
No
the
one is
backside.
helping us. How was your week, Kelly?
It's pretty good, actually. I know you're gonna hate this, but we're finishing putting up Christmas. But yeah, I've got here just for you. I know none of you will be able to see it, but I have a Christmas tree.
Oh my gosh.
It's in the room that I record in. I do have like little snowmen and stuff in my bathroom, and I have tinsel on my bed frame and little twinkle lights too.
Jeez
So
Louise.
the Christmas cheer has entered the home.
Oh my gosh, Kelly.
I'm very excited about it. Yes,
Obviously.
yes. I have not started Christmas shopping yet.
I bet you haven't started packing either, and you're supposed to leave tomorrow.
I have not. See, I was going to mention that I haven't packed yet, but I'm like, no, that'll just stress Jordan out, so I'm not gonna mention it. I'm
Oh,
just
you
gonna
didn't have to
leave
mention it. I knew. You didn't. You didn't have to mention
it.
it.
So Jordan, what are the over under on me packing today?
What?
Because
Please,
my flight
please
leaves
pack.
tomorrow night.
Oh my God, no, Kelly, no, no, Kelly, Kelly. Please pack after we record. Please, I'm begging you. Please, for my sanity, can you please pack after we're done recording? Because now I'm gonna be stressed out about you all day tomorrow.
I mean, my flight leaves at 7. I don't need to leave the house until 6. So technically,
6.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, I love making you stress out.
Oh my God, 6, girl! I almost had a fucking heart attack.
Maybe 6:30 at the latest.
You know what? At this point, do whatever the fuck you want.
No, I'll start packing today. I'll probably finish tomorrow, though.
Jesus. Oh my gosh, Kelly.
Jordan, it's part of the process. At least I'll be at the airport early. I'm not going to miss my flight. Jordan's like,
Gosh.
I don't want to keep talking to you anymore.
Kelly stresses me out more than anyone I know. Like, always stressing me out.
But hey, I always make it. I always make it
No,
home
you
for dinner.
don't. You're always late. You're always late. Ah,
Oh, I'm sorry, okay? It's I'm trying to be better.
is she?
Yes.
Mm, mm.
I'm doing my best.
You have anything else going on that's not going to stress me out?
No, I'm gonna stop talking now.
Okay. My week was okay. Not much happening. Just getting ready for the holidays. I'm a little
Mhm.
stressed out over here because I don't know what I'm making. or if I'm making
Oh, you
anything.
don't?
No.
Oh, you usually
The
make
the
something.
the food tasks have not been delegated out. And
Yikes.
I'm trying not to be the person who every year is like what's going
What
on,
are we doing? Yeah.
because I'm always that person. So I'm just
Oh.
gonna let everybody else figure it out, and I'm just gonna
Okay.
show up. If we have
Okay.
Jack in a Box for Thanksgiving, that's what it's gonna be.
We're having Jack in the
Uh,
Box.
we're having Jack in a Box. But yeah, I I'm really excited for Thanksgiving. I'm really excited to eat. I just saw Wakanda Forever yesterday again, and
I
I was
still
like,
haven't seen it.
Kelly's stressing me out on that front as well.
Sorry,
Like the
bro.
movie's been out for 2 weeks at this point,
Two
like
weeks? I thought it's been out a week at least.
a week and a half. Movies come out on Thursdays now, really.
Yeah, they do.
And so today is Sunday. It's like a week and a half,
Yeah,
almost
oh
two
yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
How Kelly has not seen spoilers on TikTok at this point, I literally don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know how this happens to me.
She must not be on Marvel Talk because I am heavy on Marvel Talk and they have been spoiling.
Yeah, I don't get as many Marvel things as I used to, I will say.
Yikes. But yeah, also this week, Kelly and I need to set a date of when we're going to Chili's
Yes, because we're going to Chili's.
because we're going to Chili's.
Yes.
We're going to go get drunk at Chili's.
Yes, that's the whole point. Yeah.
It's the American dream. Like it's Thanksgiving. Like we have to get
Yes, of
drunk
course.
at at Chili's. So yeah, we'll finalize that. You
Yes, we
guys will
will.
hear the aftermath.
It'll be a great time.
Be ready next week. Be ready. Um, and so yeah, that's all I have. Nothing much has really been happening. I just went to the movies yesterday so I could watch Black Panther. It
Mm.
was amazing. Love that movie.
And you can tell me all about it when I finally see it 2 months from now. No, I'm just kidding.
Gosh, by then it'll probably be on Disney Plus. But yeah, it's my favorite Phase 4 movie.
Okay.
It's my favorite Phase 4 movie. My least favorite is Thor Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
I thought Thor Love and Thunder was okay when I first watched it, and then I tried to watch it again on Disney Plus, and I couldn't even make it 10 minutes into the movie,
Really?
and I turned it off. So I was like, oh, maybe it wasn't as good as even I remembered it, and I didn't think it was that good.
Oh. Oh, because I've heard some people say it gets better on the second watch.
Really, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. And I've watched every other Phase 4 movie a
Twice.
minimum of 2 times.
I know you've done it for Mommy Wanda.
I've seen that like 4 times.
Yeah.
I've seen is Eternals Phase 4. That's like my second favorite. I've seen that like 5 times.
Have you?
And then I've seen Shang-Chi like 3 times.
That's a good movie.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but overall, let's just do better next phase.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
next phase
Let's do
starts
better, please.
with Ant-Man, which is a big ask, but let's do better.
Aww.
Kelly,
You never know.
You know the Ant-Man movies are not that good. You know they're not that good.
But you know I love Paul Rudd.
Okay. He only does so much to help the movies, Kelly. He only does so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
And so here's for better movies, here's for better
Yep.
shows.
Here's the better.
Here's for better. Here's for better.
Please do better.
Please do better. Um yeah, but that's it for me. So Kelly, I'm ready for you to talk about The Family Stone.
Okay. Alrighty. So we start this movie off with Meredith, who is out Christmas shopping with her boyfriend, and she just keeps getting endless work calls to the point where he just takes her phone away because they're not even shopping together at this point.
Let me just tell you, no one is working that hard around Christmas. No one is working that hard.
Yeah. And if you are, can you please stop? Because you
Can you
know you're
please
working
stop?
and everybody else, right?
Like you're ruining it for everyone else. Like everyone else
Yeah.
is trying to like wind down.
Yeah. It's the end of the year.
It's the end
You
of the
don't need to
year.
be doing that much.
Like, please leave us
Please stop.
alone.
Yeah, leave us alone. Okay.
Just because you don't like your family doesn't mean we don't like ours.
Right.
Like, please
Right.
leave us alone.
Exactly. Keep your issues to yourself.
To yourself.
And so, um, Patrick and Thad arrive at the family stone home as Sybil, the matriarch of the Stone family, sits inside, kind of looking lost. Kelley then arrives home, who is Sybil's husband, and so does Amy from college. And Meredith and
College. Mm.
uh,
Hmm. That is a grown ass woman. That is not a
it
college
is,
student.
it is. She's getting her master's at that point.
PhD, probably.
Yeah. Meredith and Everett are on their way home to the Stone family home, and she is very nervous about meeting the family. The whole family is talking about Meredith as Susanna and Elizabeth arrive. There's a big family here. The couple then arrive, and Kelley goes to meet them as the family watches from inside, and they're basically judging her from the get go.
Immediately.
Immediately. They haven't even met this woman, by the way.
Uh,
Only Amy
Amy.
has met her.
Only Amy. And Amy does not like her.
No, she does not.
No.
So,
But honestly, does
Mer-
Amy like anyone?
no, I don't think so. It doesn't feel like it. So Meredith goes inside and meets the family, and it's super awkward. I think she has a thing against like touching because she only wants to shake people's hands and not hug them.
I mean, I don't blame her. I don't want to hug
Yeah, I don't
people I just
either.
met,
Yeah, me neither. And they're all like, "Oh, she doesn't want to hug."
right?
That's insulting.
Like she doesn't know you. Like
Right.
why are you so insulted that this stranger doesn't want to hug you?
Right. She's being super polite. She's in your home. It's not like she walked in and was all like, "Oh, yeah, I'm not touching you at all, and I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
standoffish the whole time." No, she's nervous.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Um, After everybody makes introductions, Everett goes to his mom and says that Meredith isn't comfortable sleeping with him in the same bed or room as him in his mom's house.
Yeah.
And so she is put into Amy's room, and she's super upset about it because she's being forced out of her room.
Yeah.
When Meredith gets a call from her sister, and they don't leave her alone for that either, which is
No.
weird. You just met this woman and
She
you want to
has
listen in on our
she has
conversation.
yeah, she has to bring it up. She's like, hi, can you leave?"
Yeah, she's all like, "Hi, Julie," and then she's like waiting and looking at them like, "You can leave now."
Yeah.
After her phone call, Meredith confides in Everett that this whole thing isn't going easy um, because the family is super judgmental of her already. As Ben, the last Stone family member, shows up. The family is then talking in the kitchen as Meredith finds Elizabeth, Susanna's kid, has broken one of her probably very expensive high heels
Yeah.
and goes upstairs
And
upset.
no one really does anything. They're just like, "Oh,
No.
sorry."
Yeah, I don't know. Do they say sorry? They're basically like, oh, we've got glue. We
Yeah,
just glue it.
that's pretty much the extent of it,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. And so she's upset. So she goes upstairs to put her shoes away. And before she can finally get away, Ben just straight up admits that they'll all be talking about her downstairs.
Yeah. Also, from the get go, Ben starts flirting with his brother's girlfriend.
Yes. Yeah. From the
And not
get
even
go.
like a playful, fun flirting, like a
Mm-mm.
hardcore
Hardcore.
flirting.
Yeah. Like he thinks she's single and he's going for it.
And he's going for it.
She's not, by the way.
He's flirting with her as if he's like mentally saying, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck this woman." Like,
Yes.
like, wow.
Yes. Yeah, like he's already made up his mind that that's going to happen.
Right? He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have her. She's mine."
Yeah, exactly. Ugh.
Very
Um,
weird family dynamic, but we'll talk about it
it
more
is.
later.
Yeah, it gets weirder, by the
It
way.
gets weirder.
So, in the car ride, the trip to get or pick up pizza, And during dinner, sorry about that, Meredith
They're shooting.
explains. Meredith explains how she and Everett met on a business trip to Hong Kong. And the family's just not interested.
I wasn't either. I honestly wasn't either. Thank you for telling me because I got nothing out of that story. She was talking and I was just like,
She gives a lot of detail.
yeah, I
Like,
checked out, Kelly. I couldn't
yeah,
do it.
like it's for certain stories it's important for detail, but she just went on and on and on.
She just went on, and then she kept correcting herself on stuff and
Yeah.
asking Everett questions, but then answering them herself. And I was
Yes.
just like, I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, and they're just shocked at how much she's talking.
Hmm.
Um, when dinner is all over, Meredith tries to help, but they're like, "Oh no, like it's fine. You're a guest. Don't worry about it." Um, and Everett tries to talk to Sybil, but she's not letting that conversation happen.
Yeah,
The family then starts to play charades, and once everybody has done their part, they get Meredith to play as well. And she's awkward at this, by the way. She's super awkward. Um,
yeah,
and Amy makes fun of her as she tries to get everybody to guess the movie title. Um, so much so that Meredith just walks away because she can't handle it.
I would have left too.
Yeah.
Like
Amy was being
Amy was being so rude.
yeah. Like I would have wanted to fight Amy from the get-go.
Yeah,
If I was Meredith, I would have snapped a lot sooner than she did.
yeah,
So after that, Everett and Meredith argue about how upset she is about not fitting in with his family and how they're treating her and stuff like that.
valid.
Very valid. Uh, Sybil then tells Kelley that Everett wants her grandmother's ring for Meredith and how she thinks that Everett's making a mistake by wanting to marry Meredith.
He is because I honestly don't see. Everyone's like, "What does he see in her?" And I'm like, "Same." But everyone likes different things.
That is true. Yeah. And maybe that's just what he likes.
That's what he likes.
Yeah.
There's no shame in that game,
Yeah, there isn't. There isn't. Unless there's something like harmful going on, I'm not going to say nothing.
right? Nothing to say.
It's not my
He,
business.
if he makes a mistake, it's a mistake he's gonna have to learn from.
That's
Like,
his own. That's
there's
his own mistake.
yeah.
Right. So the next day in the kitchen, Sybil and Amy talk about her previous connection with Brad.
Hmm.
And they basically like ignore Meredith. And
Yeah,
when she tries to apologize to Amy for taking over her room, Amy just shuts her down too.
yeah,
So after that, the family watches as Meredith packs her stuff into her car to go stay at the inn, and
yeah.
which is fair.
Fair. I also would have left.
I also would have left.
Like, I'm not gonna be somewhere where I'm not wanted. Like, that's
Right,
ridiculous.
right. Like it's one thing to like tease me a little bit, but y'all are just taking it way too far.
Y'all are being flat out mean. Like,
Yeah, she did
awful.
nothing to y'all. And then when she does try to connect with y'all, everyone shuts her down.
Shuts her down immediately.
So Everett scolds his family for how they've been treating her and announces that Meredith's sister is now going to be with her because she's having a tough time.
That didn't
Uh,
make any sense to me,
it
but
didn't either.
it happened.
It happened. And while this is happening, Ben goes outside to talk to Meredith, and it's super
Mm,
awkward
yeah.
because he keeps shoving
His penis toward he
his
keeps
penis at
thrusting
her.
towards her.
Yes, he's stretching, quote unquote, but we all know what's happening.
I
And
was
then he
like
tells
I
her
was like,
that he
"Sir,
has
I
a
see
dream about
print."
her.
You're right. I was like,
Yes,
"Sir, I see print. Stop
yes,
it.
stop it.
Stop it."
This is where the gray sweatpants thing came from.
Oh, it had to have been because
It had to have been
he
because
knew
this
what the fuck
was,
he was doing.
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, He then gives Meredith also coffee and Sybil's favorite mug, and he
Hmm.
like threatens her to bring it back.
Yeah, he's like, she will kill you if you don't break out this fucking mug.
Yes. And after that, Everett comes out and they leave. Kelley then lays some ground rules for the family on their treatment of Meredith and her sister, and Sybil basically obsesses over Everett wanting her mom's ring for Meredith.
Hmm. Also, Everett is better than I am.
Yeah.
Because all he does to his family is he walks in there, he's like, you guys need to do better.
Yeah.
If it were me, I would have packed my shit up and went with Meredith. I would have been
Right.
like, I would have been like, we'll try this again tomorrow, but for tonight we're
Right.
staying at a hotel. Y'all come back, fix
Right.
yourselves,
Right. I'm
and
giving
then
y'all
if
24 hours.
y'all have 24 hours to fix your attitudes. If I
Mm-hmm.
come back and y'all still acting like this, we're leaving for real. Like,
Yes.
don't play.
Right. Because that's insulting. They're not only insulting you, but your significant other. Like,
Yeah,
and like the only thing he like when Amy talks back, that's when I would have lost it.
yeah,
That's when I would have lost it because I know it's weird that like Meredith's sister is coming to like I don't know help her out, but like
yes.
Amy makes a comment about it and like Everett kind of like lunges at her. I would have been like, eh. I'd have slapped her. I'm sorry.
We would have had a fight.
We would have had a fight.
Me and my
Like,
sister have physically fought before, so I feel like we would have to fight.
yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Also, if I had more than one sibling, oh my gosh.
Oh, I couldn't do
I
more.
yeah,
I couldn't.
I
I
I could
couldn't.
not do more either.
Could not do that.
Like I don't know how y'all do like 3 or 4. I
I
could barely
honestly
handle
miss.
one sibling.
I honestly miss being an only child.
Well, cause and you had a long time to
I
be
had a
a
lot.
to be a single kid.
I had 10 years on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez. I can't
Those were
even
the
imagine.
those were the
The good
glory
old days.
days. I got what I wanted. I did what I wanted. It was amazing.
And what did I get in return? A sister.
A sister.
um, Later, Everett comes to talk with Sybil and says that he's met the woman that he wants to marry and how she um, and he talks about how she said that she wanted whoever his fiance, his wife, to wear her mother's ring, and how she promised that to him. And now that he's asking for it, she's like, all bets are off. That's a no go. I don't like her,
Yeah,
so she's not getting the ring.
which it's just a fucking ring.
It
Please.
is
Please. If it doesn't
like
work
I
out, you can have the ring back. Like, stop.
right. Like I understand that you don't like her, and it's very clear you don't. But like
Even though,
you promised.
even though, did she even give herself a chance to like
Right.
Meredith?
No.
No.
Like, dude, I don't know what's going on. She's mm,
My philosophy is I give a two conversation uh thing before I decide whether or not I really like someone. Because I usually have gut feelings. I have gut feelings,
yeah.
but
And
I
then you
try
have to
to
have another one to confirm it.
but yeah, but I have to, maybe it's just like I'm in a bad mood,
Mm-hmm.
or they just said something that's a little off but like not terrible. So
Yeah.
I have to give it two conversations.
Yeah.
And then after that, if I don't like them, all bets are off.
Yeah. Sorry.
All bets are off.
I gave it the old college try,
I
but
gave it
it's
a
not working
try.
out. Yeah.
Hmm.
So Sybil is upset from the whole conversation, and as she goes into the kitchen, she's still upset and is talking about all the things that's wrong in her kitchen, and finds that Meredith is there prepping breakfast for Christmas morning because they already have what was it, Christmas Eve dinner or Christmas Day dinner like planned, and she
Yeah.
wanted to do something nice for the family.
Mhm.
Um, and Patrick is there, I don't know, helping Meredith.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And he tries to calm Sybil down so that she doesn't insult Meredith anymore.
Because Meredith is literally not doing anything. Like,
Yeah,
she's literally being very considerate and making
she
people breakfast.
is. And it's nice. She's like, I'm planning breakfast for you guys because, like,
Yeah.
That's what I want to do for you guys. And Sybil's like, nah.
No.
So at the same time, Ben has taken Thad ring shopping. And while he's looking at some rings, Thad straight up asks him not to marry Meredith.
Yeah.
Just straight
At
up.
this at this point, leave. Like at
Yeah.
this point, leave.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
where is your backbone? Leave. These
right.
people don't respect you or your
Yeah.
relationship. Leave.
Right. Also, how like insulting to do it out in public, first of all, and while he's ring shopping.
Yeah.
Like, if you wanted to have a conversation about this, you should have done it either before y'all left, because
Like,
I'm sure he told you that y'all are going ring shopping,
yeah.
or you should have done it in the car. And don't say, just don't marry her and not give her a reason.
Yeah.
Jeez. Um,
Like, what's the reason I should break up my relationship?
right.
Just because
This
you
happy
don't like
relationship
her?
remedy. Right. So Susanna then goes to see Sybil, and Sybil asks, who else knows? And that's all that conversation is.
Yeah.
Ben.
Because she asked where Sybil was, and
Mm-hmm.
Patrick said that she went to go take a nap. And then she was like, hmm. And
Mm.
just went up, laid in the bed with her mom, who was sleeping with her glasses on.
Who sleeps with their glasses
Who
on?
sleeps with her glasses on? And then they just like stare at each other.
Yeah. There's some very incredible nonverbal conversation going on right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
They're straight up reading each other's minds.
But immediately I was like, oh, so we're going with this cliche.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
This, yeah. I also got the nonverbal
Yes, I think
communication.
we all did. For those of you who don't know, she's dying.
She's dying. It's the I'm dying, this is my last Christmas cliche.
Yes. um, so at the same time, Ben and Kelley are for some reason out in the snow at a high school,
Yeah.
at the football field for some reason.
I think they were
And
just smoking weed, I
yeah,
guess.
they're just getting high and eating a brownie. Um, and they talk about how it's worse this time. The cancer is worse this time for Sybil. It admits that it's been that way for a while, and Ben starts to cry.
Mhm.
Back at the house, Patrick and Meredith are done prepping as Amy comes down the stairs, and Kelley and Ben come back at the same time, and Ben immediately goes to hug his mom. And like, because he's emotional about it, and then they try to hide it from Amy
By saying that he's just high.
by saying that he's high. Yeah.
Also, Meredith and Patrick have finished their cooking, or not cooking, their cooking prep.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those meals that like you put in the fridge or the freezer, and then the next day you put it into the
Bake.
oven, and it's
Mm-hmm.
ready. Tell me why Meredith did not know that her boyfriend is allergic to mushrooms.
Yeah. What is that?
What is that? How
Like,
did you
you
not know
haven't.
that?
Yeah, how did you not know that?
Have y'all never
Like,
been
I
out to
feel.
eat together?
Right. Or have you not, like, said, oh, you know what? This sounds amazing. And, like, you tell them what you want, and they're like, oh, yeah, I can't have that
Can't
because
have that. I'm
there's.
allergic.
Yeah, there's something in there that I'm allergic to.
That's
Like,
like me moving in with someone and me not telling them that I'm allergic to cats.
yeah. And they just come home with a cat one
And
day.
they just come home with a cat one day.
Yeah.
And I just don't mention it.
Mm-hmm. Like,
As my
at
face
that
starts
point,
swelling up and my eyes start
exactly.
watering.
And if he didn't tell you, that's on him too.
Yeah.
Because if when you're allergic to somebody, you tell people.
Yeah, you tell people.
You tell
So
people.
they don't accidentally kill you.
Exactly. Exactly. So if you're allergic to somebody, something,
Somebody?
please tell me. I don't care if
Yeah.
it's like something dumb, because I'm allergic to latex.
Yeah.
And in certain circles, that is very important to know. This is a joke. Not the latex part. Anyway,
Anyway.
um, so Everett and Thad then go to meet Julie to at her bus to pick her up, and the second Everett sees Julie, he's like in love with her.
Yes. I mean, she's okay. I
She's like she's pretty. She's
she's pretty.
yeah.
I wasn't seeing what he was seeing, but
Me neither.
like we said, each person has their own thing.
Also, he's seen one picture of her,
Uh-huh.
so like, why wouldn't he knows what she looks like?
He knows what she looks like.
Why is he acting like he's never seen this woman before?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Also, she falls out of the bus, and damn, was that a fall?
Yes, she literally falls from like the top stair of the bus to the
Yeah,
concrete.
to the concrete, the icy concrete.
Yes, she falls face first. She just goes
Like
down.
I saw it and I literally screamed. I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yes. She should have at least broken her nose or something.
Yeah.
Cause like or like bruised something real bad here. She literally only gets a cut on her like hand.
If that had happened to me, I would have hoped I died because that was so embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing. And the guy behind her, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, bro, I would have been pissed. Like,
And she
dude,
was
you
like, "No, no,
just
no,
shoved
it
me out of
was."
a bus.
She was like, "Oh no, it was my fault." No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Stop being nice. It was literally the guy's fault. So when Julie gets to the house, the family immediately fawns over her for some reason.
Yeah, they just
And
automatically love her out of
yeah,
nowhere.
out of nowhere. Like she literally just got in and they saw that she got a cut on her hand and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're the first aid kit. Are you alright?" And Meredith is upset, which is very fair.
Yes.
At dinner, Sybil tries to set up Ben and Julie because they're into the arts and that's like their only connector.
Sure.
Sure. Um,
Even though, why do you want two sisters marrying into your family?
yeah.
That's weird. That's
It's like when twins marry twins.
yeah, very weird and creepy and
Yeah, I don't
gross.
like that.
I don't
I
like it.
don't like that. I feel like you make that choice if you're a
Yeah,
twin to marry another set of twins.
yeah.
Or like when I'd see those TikToks of like, she's my best friend, so I made her like, but now she's like my cousin, or like
Or
now
my
we're
sister. And
sister.
we're sister. Yeah, weird.
Like y'all are scheming, and y'all are
Yeah.
scheming very weirdly. Like y'all can just be best friends forever.
Luckily, I won't have to worry about that because my sister is 15 years old and
That
I
is
do
true.
not.
Yes.
So,
Mm-mm.
yay for me,
Yay.
but still would never let that
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. That's just weird. They also talk about how Patrick and Thad want to adopt and how that's all going. And
Yikes.
then the topic goes to sexuality because Patrick and Thad are a gay couple. And Meredith struggles, to say the least,
It
in
was
this
not even, it
conversation.
was not a struggle. A struggle would be if she didn't know what to say. A struggle would have been if she accidentally said one thing wrong.
Yeah.
She demolished that conversation. She
She starts this conversation trying to make a point, and then she just tries to make another point and then another point, and
it,
they're all bad.
it was the most uncomfortable scene I've ever watched in my
Yes.
entire life.
I've seen this scene once, and every time this movie has like come on TV, when I know that scene is coming up, I leave because I can't handle it. I literally
Also,
cannot handle it.
it's all kind of Julie's fault.
It
Because
is.
she
It is.
randomly just asked them. She's like, "What race do you want your baby to be?"
Yeah,
And I'm like,
and Meredith is like, you can't ask that.
right? She
Like,
was like,
don't.
"Julie, why would you ask them that?" And
Yeah, and
then
she just met these people.
And then for some reason, they don't consider that rude, and they're just like, "Oh, no, no
Yes.
problem. We don't
Mhm.
care." And then Ben said the most cringy line in the entire movie. Like, it probably didn't cringe you out, but it cringed me out. He was like, "I want a little black baby." Horrifying. Horrifying to hear it come out of a white man's mouth. I want a little black baby. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Don't
If you don't do that.
don't do that.
Don't do that. And
Yeah.
so, yeah. Yeah, this entire scene made my skin crawl.
It's uncomfortable. I like when I first watched this movie for the very first time, I think I sat there in shock. Like this whole conversation starts and then Meredith just keeps talking and she keeps talking.
I'm like, "Shut up,
And
shut up, shut up."
Julie is just she kind of started it and then she didn't do anything after.
She didn't help. She didn't
Mm-mm.
help. Meredith helped
Nope.
her. She didn't help
Nope.
Meredith.
Also, it's so like you can tell that that family likes Julie so much better because Patrick and Thad let that question slide.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I would have taken that as like, what are you talking about? Why do
right,
you
what do you
want to know the race of my baby?
right,
Like,
what does it matter? Like,
yeah, we want to adopt, and if we are given the chance to adopt, I'm adopting any kid. Okay,
right? We just want a child.
right? I just want a kid. um, so Kelly immediately shuts down the conversation, and Meredith just leaves
Yeah,
because it was a lot for her.
yeah, she was like, I'm leaving this house. I can't do
Yes.
this right now."
Yeah. Uh-uh. So Meredith attempts to drive off, but she keeps crashing the car because she's upset and she's driving on snow and there's no chains on the car.
No.
Um, so Ben eventually goes to get her as she's
Yeah,
crying and he
not
just takes her
Everett,
away.
not her
Yeah.
boyfriend,
No, not the man that wants to marry her,
but Ben.
but Ben, like Everett. Where are
Everett.
you, my man?
What's going on here?
Why is Ben coming out? Um, so after they leave, Everett and Julie go to find her as Ben and Meredith get drunk at a bar.
Yeah. I wish I got drunk like Meredith. She's one of those people who's like a happy drunk. Like
Yes, she
she
is a happy drunk.
like she wants to dance with people, she wants to sing, she wants to party. When I get drunk, I get tired. I get sleepy. I want to go to bed. Like the liquor gets into my mouth and I'm like, "Ooh."
It's bedtime. Yeah, don't bring Jordan out to party
Yeah, don't bring
if
me
you
out
can
thinking
drink.
I'm don't bring me out thinking I'm gonna be dancing on tables and
Uh-uh.
making out with random people. I will be
Mm-mm.
falling asleep in the corner.
Yeah, he's passed out in the booth that you left him at.
Yeah,
That's
please
just
don't
how it
leave me
is.
there. Please
Yeah,
don't leave me there.
don't leave him there. But yes, he will be sleeping,
Yeah, I will be asleep.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
um, but Meredith is upset with how none of the Stone family likes her, and the only advice Ben gives her is to just relax and to
right.
stop trying.
He's like, stop trying so hard.
Yeah.
Also, he is hardcore flirting with her.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
He wants her.
yeah,
So Julie and Everett, I don't even think they're actually looking for her.
they're not. They're
Because
literally
I
just
feel like they would
walking.
have found her.
Like if they had actually tried to look for her, they would have found her. She was at the same spot for hours.
For hours. And like it doesn't look like their town is that big.
It's not.
It's not. So
It's
I don't
not.
know how they didn't just
They were just going on
even.
a lovely stroll
Mhm.
through
I don't think they
town.
even looked into any of the buildings. I think they checked her hotel room and that was
That was
it.
it. That was it.
So she's talking about like art and stuff and like travel, and he's obviously into her.
Hmm.
And back at the bar, Meredith is now just flat out drunk. And Ben meets with Brad and David, who they went to school together. And Meredith makes the connection that Brad is the one that went out with Amy at one point
Yeah.
and buys a round for everybody at the bar.
Yeah. wasn't that many people, so
Mm-mm.
don't think it was crazy.
No, it was maybe like 6 people tops.
6 people.
Yeah.
Like she was balling, but on a budget. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't that.
Like I'm sure she makes enough money to so like if there were more people it would have been okay, but there were like
There were like
10
6 people
people.
there.
10 people
Yeah.
including them.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't a lot. So, Everett then confides in Julie as they're walking around town about like his path in life and stuff like that. We don't really like talk about it, but it seems like Everett was forced into something that he didn't want to do.
Hmm. Probably because his
Um,
family is awful.
yeah, yeah,
His family is awful.
yeah. His family is not nice,
Not good people.
and he says he wants to do things that he wants that like he actually wants to do now, which is like travel, see like the art thing that she was talking about.
Hmm.
And back at the bar, Meredith invites Brad to the house for Christmas.
Yep.
And because she's trying to get back at Amy. And how now that she's drunk, she wants to go smoke some pot.
Yeah. She has Ben. She's like, do you happen to know where I could get some pot? He's like,
Yes.
I'm
He's
from
like, I got
Berkeley.
you.
I know exactly where you can get some pot.
I love how that's the thing. If you're from Berkeley, you
If you're
automatically
from
know where to find
Berkeley,
pot.
you know where to get pot. Berkeley is not that far away from me. I have no idea how people get pot. Other than if
Yeah,
you go to, other than if you go to like one of these like dispensaries.
right.
Like
Like,
my street knowledge on pot is very poor. I do
yeah,
not know anything.
yeah.
I'm sure I could connect to some people to get you some pot.
Right.
Like I feel like I'm like 2 degrees separated from being able to get you some pot.
Yeah. Like I feel like we know somebody who might know somebody.
Yeah, I know someone who knows
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah.
But
But do
but
I
me
know them? No.
but me personally,
Yeah.
no.
No.
No idea.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I can point you to the local dispensary. I can
Yeah.
point you to maybe a hookah bar if that's what you were looking for.
I don't
But
even
if
know
you're
where a
looking for
hookah bar
somebody,
is.
really,
I'd
I
have
know
to
there's
Google
like
it. I don't even know.
I know there was some in like Pleasant
Which,
Hill.
by the way, you should not smoke hookah. I learned
Yeah.
that like an hour of hookah is like the equivalent of smoking 100 cigarettes. Like, don't
Yes.
smoke a hookah.
It's so much more concentrated.
Yeah, don't do it.
It's so much more, yeah. If somebody asks you if you want to do a bowl, say no.
Say no. Maybe just be like, hey, let's just go smoke some weed, some normal ass weed.
I don't want to get into any of that hardcore stuff. Let's just smoke
Yeah,
some weed.
let's smoke some weed.
So after that, Everett drops Julie off at her room, and he basically wants to keep seeing her. And he like makes up like you want to go get coffee. It's like maybe 12 o'clock at night, and he wants to
It's
go
like
get
midnight.
coffee.
He's like, you want to go get some coffee? And she's like,
And
no, I'm good.
yeah, she keeps saying no and trying to close her door, but he like keeps trying to get in.
Yeah,
And like, bro, that's your soon to be fiance's sister.
yeah. That's your soon-to-be sister. Like,
Yeah,
let's step off.
let's take a step back, please. Um, and as Julie gets ready for bed, there's a knock at her door, and she excitedly goes to it, thinking it's Everett, but it's actually Kelley,
Yeah.
who has shown up looking for Meredith because he wants to apologize to her.
They still have not found Meredith. Like
Yeah, they still
Meredith could be dead, and they're just all gonna go to bed.
Right. I love how even Julie gave up. If I was Julie, I would have been like, "No, I'm finding my sister.
Right? Where's
Like
my sister?
I'm going out there and I'm finding my sister." Because if my sibling left a party upset about something, visibly crying, and I
Yeah,
haven't found her in like 3 hours, I'm still looking for her until she's found.
yeah,
Maybe I'm built different. Maybe I'm a different sibling, but I am finding my sibling.
yeah. I'm finding my sibling.
So Everett goes back home, and Sybil tries to apologize for the whole Meredith thing, but he walks away from her. Ben and Meredith then end up in an alley somewhere, um, and they talk about the dream that he had about her, which interesting to say the least.
Interesting.
It didn't make any sense. Like
No.
dreams aren't supposed to make sense, but this one in particular did not make
Yeah.
sense. He basically saw her as a little girl shoveling snow, but he was the snow. And I don't know if that was a euphemism for anything.
Ew, I hope not.
I hope not. But yeah, that was what his dream was about. And they
Weird
fall
time.
asleep in his car.
Yeah. How
So
they didn't
Patrick and
freeze to death, who knows?
right, it's snowing outside, and y'all are
Going
just sleeping in a
outside, and
car.
you're just leaving in a car.
Mm-mm. I don't care how drunk I am. You were taking me home.
Yep.
So Patrick and Thad clean up the house and get ready to leave as Kelley comes home and he finds Susanna still awake on the phone with her husband, John. Kelley then goes to bed, and Sybil confides that she feels bad for Meredith. Um, and she's basically feeling sad because she won't be there for Everett when he makes the mistake of marrying her.
Mm,
Basically.
yeah. Yeah.
Which, why aren't you supportive of your children?
Right. Please be supportive of your children,
Please.
even in their which you believe are mistakes. Please.
Exactly. Like you can say something, you can say you're concerned, but don't just straight up say that you hate their significant other.
Yeah. What if they end up being the perfect couple?
Right. And you've known this woman for, I'm not even going to say 24 hours because she hasn't even been in your house that long.
Yeah.
So, yeah. She's so upset about this and she barely knows the woman. So, Christmas morning, Meredith wakes up in Ben's bed, and
Yeah.
as Kelley goes to talk with him, he opens the door and finds her in there.
Was
And
she naked?
I think her shirt was off.
Why?
Maybe she took it off. Don't know.
Okay.
Because any other alternative does not sit well with me.
I
Um,
mean, the math isn't adding up. Like I
yeah, one
some
and
things
one
need
is
to be clear.
making three right now, and it's
Yeah.
just
It's not looking good.
I need answers. I need answers. Um, so both of them immediately believe that um, something sexual has happened with
Yeah.
Ben
As
and
one would.
as one would. And when Everett arrives downstairs in the kitchen, Sybil gives him the ring. And Kelley comes in to say something, but she's all like, not now, I'm trying to have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
So he leaves, and Everett is still upset. Um, but she admits that she's sick, and somehow that makes him forget that she's been rude to his soon to be fiance.
Hmm.
And they make up, I guess.
Yeah.
Julie then shows up, and Everett goes to talk to her as Meredith goes to leave Ben's room. And when he comes out of the shower, she slaps him and
Yeah.
leaves,
Yeah.
which I also would have
Yeah.
if I had thought what happened happened.
Yeah.
Downstairs, Everett shows Julie the ring for Meredith and begs her to put the ring on so he can quote unquote see how it fits.
Weirdo behavior.
Weirdo behavior. Even
Weirdo behavior. She was
Sybil's
like,
like, don't put it on her.
yeah. How are you gonna ask another woman to try on your wife's
Right.
future ring?
Right. Right. Like even though she still does not like Meredith, she's like, don't do that.
Right? She's like, that's weird. She's like, don't
Yeah,
do that.
don't put the ring that you want for another woman on another woman's hand.
Every dynamic in this movie is fucked up. Every
It is.
single dynamic in this movie is fucked up.
It is. And when she puts it on, it gets stuck on her finger.
Hmm.
The family then gathers in the kitchen as Julie starts to cry because everyone's asking like, why is she wearing the ring? What's going on? And Kelley is immediately suspect of Everett's feelings for Julie.
Yeah, plus
And
the
as
fact that he
Meredith,
thinks that Meredith and Ben had sex with each other.
yes,
He's
yes.
like, what's going on in this
Yeah.
house?
It's like, what's in the water?
What's in the water?
As Meredith comes down the stairs, Julie runs into the bathroom because she's overwhelmed and surprises Everett because she is in the house.
Yeah.
um,
He's like, "When did you get here?" And
right.
she's like, "I just got here."
uh,
He's like, "From upstairs?"
right. And she goes into the bathroom with her sister, and Ben then comes down the stairs as well, and Kelley just drags him out.
Yeah, he's like, "What the fuck were you doing? What the hell is
Exactly.
going on with you?"
In the bathroom, Julie shows Meredith the ring, and when she asks why she's wearing the ring, Julie immediately changes the subject, and asks where she was, and she, assuming that she slept with Ben, admits that she had sex with Ben.
Uh-huh.
At the same time, the doorbell rings and Brad is there. And when Amy opens the door, she's all like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Meredith invited me."
Meredith invited me.
um, Julie is upset with Meredith, and they're still in the bathroom, and she shows her the ring again. Um, I love how Julie is upset and Meredith isn't. Or
Yeah.
she is upset, but Julie's like, "No, no, no, we're not talking about it." Um, Amy then brings in Brad and wants to see Meredith immediately as the family is like opening gifts. Um, Julie and Meredith join the family, and when asked how she knows Brad, she distracts them by giving everyone the presents that she got for the whole family.
She could have said that she just met him at a bar.
Yeah,
She didn't have to pretend like she didn't
didn't know
know
him.
him.
Right. Like, you're not going to get in trouble if you say you were at the bar.
Yeah.
You're a grown adult. It's okay. And they're hesitant to open them, which, why would you be hesitant about opening a gift?
Yeah.
Um, but when they do, they find that it's a picture of Meredith pregnant with Amy, who Meredith thought she was pregnant with Everett. And they're all like moved by the gesture.
Yeah. Because
I love how
everyone,
that's the thing that like just makes them like her.
yeah,
She
she
gives a
gave
good
a
gift.
very she gave a very simple gift and everyone was like, "You know what? I like this girl."
Yeah. um, so Everett then tries to talk to Meredith, but she keeps avoiding him because of what she thinks she's done, and how she doesn't want him to ask her what she thinks he's going to ask her, but he just straight up says that he's not going to ask her to marry him.
And then she starts bawling. She
Yeah.
starts
Yeah, she has a breakdown in the middle of the family room, and
yeah.
admit that she's been humiliated by everybody in this family and how they hate her, and how she has now had sex with Ben.
Yeah.
And Ben immediately shuts that down too.
Where he's like, "We did not have sex."
Yeah, he's like, "We did not sleep together,"
He's like, "Do
and
not put that
that's
on me."
yeah, and that is Meredith's breaking point because she's like, nobody loves me. She like goes full on mental breakdown.
She's like, "Not even the guy who obviously has a crush on me wanted to have sex with me."
She's just been put through it, I will say.
Yeah.
Um, so she runs off to the kitchen, um, and Amy and Sybil follow her because now they want to protect her. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, and as she goes to take the frittatas out of the
Why she took them
refrigerator
both out at the
at
same
the
time like
same
that, I
time,
will never understand. She could have
she
took one out, put it
yeah,
on the counter, and then took out the other one like a normal person would have.
right,
But no, she stacked them on top of each other in this weird fashion, was trying to hold it with one arm while closing the it was a mess.
yeah. There was such a better way to do this.
There was such a better way to do this.
Um, and as she finally gets them in her arms, she drops everything as I guess the door to the kitchen hit the door to the refrigerator, which hit her.
Yes.
So she drops everything and she is covered in egg. And at the same time, Everett chases Ben around the house because he did not sleep with his not fiance.
right? I don't know
The
why
wo-
he
the
was.
woman the woman he doesn't love.
Yeah, I don't know why he was doing that. It was very weird because he just
It
kept
was.
telling him that he didn't sleep with Meredith, and he
Yes.
just kept chasing him and
Yes.
hitting him. I was like, "Did you want him to sleep with Meredith?
Right. Right. Like, did you want him to do that so that it would make it easier for you to
For
be
you to
like,
break
oh
up with
yeah,
her?"
right?
Yeah,
Because then she would have been in the wrong, and you
yeah,
would have felt better about yourself. Hmm. Um. As this is all happening, Amy and Sybil also get covered in egg, and they kind of all laugh and like have a breakdown together.
yeah,
Um, as Everett and Ben end up in the kitchen under the kitchen table and like have a slap fight.
yeah. And then they knock over the dinner for that night.
Hmm.
Which why did they
Uh,
have chicken sitting out in the
Sitting out.
open?
Mm,
Salmonella.
yes.
Salmonella.
You can't eat at everybody's house.
Can't eat at everybody's house.
Ben then says that he really didn't do anything and asks why he was chasing him around when Everett clearly doesn't love Meredith.
Yeah.
And that's when the table drops on them and like dinner is dropped on the floor as well. The EMTs are then called as Julie
Were
schedules
they?
her. Yeah,
I
there's an
thought
ambulance that shows up.
I thought that was just Brad's ambulance.
Mm-mm, I don't think so. Or
Was it
was it? It probably was actually.
because he was the
He
only
came in
one
his. He
there?
came. Yeah, he came in his
I think that was
uniform.
just his. I
Okay,
think
yeah. So
I think
I
that was
guess he
just
was
his.
already there. So I guess Brad fixes everybody up as Julie tries to make her way back to New York City, and while she's talking with them, the ring falls off her finger.
Mhm.
Meredith then talks with Everett as Amy reconnects with Brad. Uh, did I get that right? Oh no,
Yeah.
Meredith talks with Ben. Excuse me. Um, and after that, Everett goes out looking for Julie and finds that she left the ring with Elizabeth and goes out to find her with Kelley and Thad.
Wait, who's Elizabeth?
Is Susanna's kid?
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, wait. I was like, wait, who's Elizabeth?
Who's this
Because
random character I've never heard
I
of?
don't remember her having a name. I just remember everyone calling her kid or Kelly called her
Yeah,
granddaughter. I don't
they don't say
remember
her
that.
name.
Okay, good. I'm not
Yeah,
crazy. But I was
you're
like,
not.
wait, who's Elizabeth?
You're like a third woman. um, Meredith then sees Ben, and Everett catches up with Julie at the bus stop. And when he tries to stop her, she gets on the bus anyway. Until she makes it stop and she gets off and asks what he's doing New Year's Day or what he's doing for New Year's. Which Julie,
She stole that from what's the name of that movie? The Holiday? Yes.
yes,
She stole that from The
yes,
Holiday.
yes, she did. Because that's what Cameron Diaz's character does.
Yes, exactly what she does.
Exactly what she does. um. Also, as a sister, wouldn't that feel weird?
It would feel
You're literally
so awkward.
you literally just stole your sister's man, and now you're
Yeah.
asking to go on a date with him. Hmm. Strange. Uh,
I
Meredith is
guess
Ben.
it's true when they say that white people don't have community. I guess it's true.
Because they just destroy it, bro.
That would not. I know the movie we did last weekend did the exact same thing, but that's not normal. That's
It's
not like
not.
in a black household in reality that would not fly. It would
Mm-mm.
not fly.
It would not. Someone would be dead,
Someone would be dead.
like and excommunicated.
Excommunicated, like ousted from the
Mhm.
family.
Yes. Yeah. Um, Meredith is in bed with Ben, and they're just. I guess they're together now.
Yeah, now she's okay
Uh,
with sleeping in the same bed in someone else's house.
right.
Let's be real, Meredith. You just didn't want to sleep with him, did you?
I guess not. Sybil is then like contemplative when John shows up to be with Susanna and Elizabeth, and Patrick lets her know that dinner is ready. and they're probably having McDonald's because all of that food
All that food was
ended
on
up
the
on the
floor.
floor.
I
Yeah.
really hope they didn't cook it.
Mm-mm.
That would gross me
Cooking
out.
it does not mean that the bacteria is gone, okay, fam?
Yeah, you might have
That's not
killed
how
the
that works.
bacteria, but the dirt is still there.
Hmm. 1 year later, Patrick and Thad show up to the Stone family home with their new kid. Uh,
Unfortunately, it was a black child.
yes, it is.
Unfortunately, Ben got what he wanted. Makes me
Yes.
upset.
Susanna has had her kid because she was pregnant last year.
Yeah,
Kelley and Amy come in and meet Gus, who is Patrick and Thad's kid. It seems like for the first time.
yeah. Terrible
And the
name.
family, yeah,
terrible,
yeah,
terrible name.
yeah. Gus just makes you think of Gus Gus.
Cinderella. Yep.
Yes. The family then goes to see the Christmas tree where Ben, Brad, and Meredith are. And when they go to hang the ornaments, Everett and Julie arrive. And Amy is the last one with the tree with Brad. And she hangs up the ornament that her mom was hanging up last year. Because she's dead, by the way.
Yeah, she died.
She died. And
It's
Brad
never told
asks,
to us, but it's
it's not, it's
obviously
implied.
heavily implied.
Yeah. And Brad asks if she's okay, and she says she is. And the movie ends with the picture of young Sybil pregnant with Amy.
Yes.
And that's where the movie ends.
That's where the movie ends.
Yes. Okay, are you ready for some movie facts?
Yes, I am.
So writer and director Thomas Bazooka put the 9 cast members playing the Stones through several weeks of rehearsal so that they can uh, bond well enough off camera to convincingly portray a family. This included
Um.
a
Okay, keep going.
okay. This included a crash course in ASL, American Sign Language, as 8 of the 9 characters would be called upon to utilize ASL in the script to either communicate with or interpret for the character Thaddeus.
Yes.
Um, while some critics and the
I
cast
don't know if
members
I don't know if we mentioned that, but Thaddeus is deaf,
yes,
hard of hearing.
yes,
We're never
it's not
explicitly
sad.
told because he seems like
He
he can
uses
hear
yeah,
sometimes, and then other times they sign to each other. So
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. He uses ASL though, so
Yeah.
whatever that means. Um, some critics and the cast members themselves pointed out their ASL use was subpar, even though it was actually a realistic portrayal of a hearing family's use of the language, which is often subpar, perfunctory at best.
Okay.
Yeah. Luke Wilson chipped a tooth while filming this movie, probably during the
Oh.
fight scene, the
Oh.
slap fight scene, excuse me.
The slap scene. Yeah.
Um, and asked Diane Keaton to recommend a dentist. Keaton decided to play a joke on him, and when he called the number she had given him, it was actually the number to a psychologist. And my last movie fact is the photo that Meredith gives to all the family members of a pregnant young Sybil is actually a picture of young Diane Keaton. However, Keaton has never been pregnant, and the photo was edited to make it look like she was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so, Jordan, here comes the question:
Okay.
is this movie iconic?
I put no because it stressed me out the entire time. I was stressed. I was
Yeah.
stressed the entire. Like I hate movies that stress me out. That's why I can't watch Uncut Gems. That movie stressed me out.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. It stressed me out so much. This movie stressed me out so much. Couldn't do
Yeah,
it.
this is a stressful movie. Also, I feel like I just get upset the whole time I'm watching it.
Yeah, I was upset the entire. Like this did not put me in the Christmas mood at all.
No, it did not.
I was very upset. I was
Yeah.
like, these people don't like each other. Like, like when Kelley said that they worked together so that they could build a relationship with each other, I was like, it didn't work. These
It
people
didn't.
did not like each other. Like,
Mm-mm.
Wow, and then there was so much stealing of relationships and not
Yes.
working together, and I
Bruh. And they
I
and they these people pick and choose who they want to be nice to.
yeah, like these people are
Yeah,
awful.
they're awful. And this whole thing is messy in a disrespectful way.
And then I feel like Susanna, that character, just fell through the cracks
She
because
did.
what was her story? It was
There
heavily
was no
implied.
story.
It was heavily implied that she had an absent husband, but we're never
Mm-hmm.
told she has an absent husband.
No.
We just have that weird scene where she's watching a Christmas movie and crying.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Yeah. I don't. They're like, oh, there's nine family members. I thought there were eight.
I thought there were 8. Sorry. Sorry, Ava
Sorry.
from Grey's Anatomy. You're just gonna sit here and cry. And I love
Yeah.
that I only associate her with Grey's Anatomy as if she isn't in the Twilight films.
Oh shoot, you're right.
Like that's
in my
always
mind, in my mind, she's always Grey's Anatomy.
yeah, that's always where my mind goes first. It's always Grey's
Yeah,
Anatomy.
it's
It's
always Grey's
never
Anatomy.
Twilight.
Mm-mm. Well, I was more into Grey's than I was Twilight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she will
She
always
had she had
be.
more character development on Grey's Anatomy than she had on in Twilight.
And in this movie.
Eh, yeah, in this movie, the character development was 0.
Yeah.
In Twilight, it was like 2,
Mm.
and in Grey's Anatomy, it was a 10.
She gets a whole arc, dude.
Yeah, she had a whole multi-season arc.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. So sorry, Family Stone, you are not iconic. You just
You're
stress us out.
you stress me the fuck out.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, am I gonna be in the Christmas mood now? No, I was not.
Yeah, that was not it, and I'm a little sorry,
Stressed me
but
the fuck out.
yeah,
Don't
sorry,
ever
man.
make me watch a movie that has a scene like that dinner scene ever again. Ever again.
I'm sorry. I'm
I
so
was
sorry.
sweating, stressed out.
Okay, Jordan, what are your recommendations for this week?
I have 2 Christmas recommendations for everybody.
Okay.
My first one is Miss You Most at Christmas Time by Mariah Carey.
Oh.
Great ballad, great Christmas ballad.
Mm-hmm.
Off of her hit Christmas album. Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, yes.
My second one is Opera of the Bells by Destiny's Child.
Ooh, okay.
Probably my favorite version of Carol of the Bells.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I love
Go off.
Beyonce.
Yes, you do.
So any song that is Beyonce leaning, I will love. And this song has
That's
Beyonce written
great.
all over it.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Kelly?
So I have two Christmas songs. The first is "I Wish It Would Snow" by Dave Barnes.
Ooh,
It's a cute little. It's more like a chill Christmas song. So not
okay.
super boppy, but it's if you want a chill Christmas song, this is for you.
I love a chill Christmas
Um,
song.
yeah. And then actually, this is an album because I actually like a lot of the songs on this album. It's "Holiday for Swing" by Seth MacFarlane.
Never heard it.
It's got a lot of originals on it, which I like, and then it's got like covers of like classics, of course. But like "Little Jack Frost Get Lost" with Nora Jones. Everybody's Waiting for the Man with a Bag. That one's also really good. Those ones are bops. But yeah, if you're looking for something more jazzier, this album is for you.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. So thank you for listening.
Thank you.
You can follow us on our Twitter and our Instagram at SY2YI podcast. Don't forget to send us your movie requests or your movie stories. Um, I would say if you were in this movie, but like no one was really in this movie.
No one was really in this movie,
No
no.
one was, unless you're that guy who pushed Julie
Yes,
off the bus.
if you're the extra that pushed Julie off the bus, wow. What a part.
Hats off to you, good
That's
sir.
up to you, yes.
But yeah, just let us know what your favorite holiday movies are, and maybe we'll
Yeah.
watch it. Not next
Don't
week
make us
though.
stress
Next
out.
next
Don't
week
make
is
us
my
stress out.
week, and I already have a movie.
Okay.
But yeah, no stress. I want happy.
Yeah, happy please.
I want borderline Hallmark.
Yes.
Yep,
Yes,
yep,
please.
yep. Also, but yeah, email us at our email at you, sytypodcast@gmail.com. Also,
Hmm.
if you are a Hallmark movie watcher, a lifetime movie watcher, do not watch Candace Cameron Burr's new um
Oh, yeah.
holiday station channel, whatever you want to call
Channel?
it, GAC or whatever the frick it's called. Don't watch it. Let's watch that
That's
woman
all.
crash and burn.
Yeah. Why not?
She she let's watch her fumble a bag because she wanted to be homophobic. Let's watch her fumble a bag.
This Christmas season, we're giving her an L.
An L, yes, because Cole is too nice for her. She deserves
Yeah.
an L. She deserves
Yeah.
for her pockets to hurt.
Hmm.
Yep,
Make her
yep.
pockets hurt. Uh, Yep.
Just yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. I
Please
was I
continue.
was for like a quick second last week. I was kind of on her side, but not actually. It was a joke. It was a joke. So I I was on Twitter and I was looking through the comments of a post. I don't even remember the post, but I remember this awful, god awful image I saw. So
Aw.
I'm not going to tell you what the image was. I would
Okay.
not. I would
Is
not.
this the one that
Never.
you didn't want to burden us with?
Yes. So I was looking through the comments and I saw the most horrific image I've ever seen in my entire life. And
Oh.
I've seen random porn pop up on Twitter. This was still the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And so I
Oh.
was and like for a quick second, I jokingly said to my friends, I was like, I'm in my Candace Cameron Burr era. I want traditional families back. I was like,
Yes.
traditional traditional family values. I want them back.
Yes.
But yeah, no, fuck Cameron Burr.
No.
Um,
Bye.
yeah. But yeah, thank you for listening. Subscribe to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Share us with your friends and family. Rate and review us on Apple Podcasts with 5 stars, not 3 stars, like I said like 2 weeks ago. um,
Yes, that was a joke.
that was a joke. It was a funny. It was a haha.
It was a ha ha.
No, let's be real. It was a Freudian slip. Like it just slipped out of my mouth. Like I didn't mean to say 3 stars. Don't even know where that came from. It
No.
literally just came out of my mouth. But yeah, thank you. We're at the start of Christmas season, everyone,
Yay.
or holiday season if you don't celebrate Christmas, if
Yep.
you celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or any of the other holidays that I am
Multitude.
not
Yeah.
aware of.
Hmm.
Enjoy yourself. Eat food.
Yeah.
Give gifts. Be merry. Look at the pretty lights.
Yes.
Go
Enjoy
ice
it.
skating. Drink hot chocolate. What else do people do this time of year? Build
Mm.
a snowman if you live somewhere where there's
Yeah, go
snow.
go to the yeah, go sledding. I don't
Go
know.
sledding.
We don't
Never
get
been
snow.
never been sledding in my life. I'm in tubing. Never been
Yeah.
sledding.
Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, enjoy your winter.
Yes.
Enjoy the winter festivities, activities, all of that. And stay
Hmm.
iconic.
Stay iconic, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.